Hello, all you film freaks and movie maniacs out there. My name is Nolan Carr, and I'd like to welcome you to the go-to podcast for all things cinema. But before you can ask any questions, just sit back, relax, as I present to you a Strawlane Studio Productions Critiquing with Carr. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to yet another edition of Critiquing with Carr, and another great episode of Favorite Film Friday. As always, if you've enjoyed these reviews, do us a favor by subscribing on YouTube, following the audio platforms, clicking that thumbs up or like button so you can tell us you enjoy these episodes, turn on post notifications so you can stay up to date on those platforms when new episodes release, as well as clicking that share out so you can help continue to grow the podcast with all your friends and family. Also, if you want other ways of staying up to date with the podcast, do us a favor by following us on Instagram at Critiquing with Carr. As always, these reviews usually go with me saying who was behind the camera to make it possible, who was in front of the camera to make it possible, its box office total, its competition that year, how it did during award season, before I discuss my likes, dislikes, and ranking out of 10 Diamond Days for this movie. Because on this week's edition of Favorite Film Friday, we're talking about 2002's classic City of God. Starting off as the co-directors of this film are Fernando Mariels and Katya Lund. The screenwriter for this movie is Braulio Mantovani. This movie was based off the book called The City of God by Paulo Lins, Andrea Barada Rubrero, and Mauricio Andrade Ramos. The cast for this movie is as follows: Alexander Rodriguez, Leonardo Firmino de Hora, Jonathan Haggison, Felipe Haggison, Douglas Silva, Daniel Zettel, and Sue Jorge. The cinematographer for this film was Cesar Charlone. It was edited by Daniel Rezendi. The music was done by two people, one of them being Antonio Pinto and Ed Cortez. The production companies for this film were O2 Films, Video Filmes, Hank Levine Films, Globo Filmes, Studio Canal, and Wild Bunch. It was distributed by Lumiere, Mars Distribution, Constantin Films, and Miramax Films. And the release dates for this film were March 18th of 2002 at Cannes Film Festival, August 30th of 2002 in Brazil, January 17th of 2003 in the United States, March 12th of 2003 in France, and last but certainly not least, on May 8th of 2003 in Germany. The runtime was 130 minutes. The budget for this film was $3.3 million, and the box office total was $30.6 million US dollars. The accolades for this film were as follows. At the Academy Awards, Fernando Meirelles was nominated for Best Director, Braulio Mantovani was nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay, Cesar Charlone was nominated for Best Cinematography. At the Golden Globe Awards, he was nominated for Best Foreign Language Film. At the BAFTA Awards, Daniel Rezendi won for Best Editing and was nominated for Best Film Not in the English Language. At the Independent Spirit Awards, it was nominated for Best Foreign Film. At the Satellite Awards, it won for Best International Motion Picture. At the New York Film Critics Circle Awards, it won Best Foreign Film. At the National Board of Review Awards, it was nominated for Top 5 Foreign Films. At the Los Angeles Film Critics Awards, it was nominated for Best Foreign Film. At the Havana Film Festival Awards, it won the Grand Choral First Prize Award for Best Film. At the Critics' Choice Awards, it was nominated for Best Foreign Language Film. At the Chicago Film Critics Awards, it won Best Foreign Film. And at the British Independent Film Awards, it won for Best International Independent Film. And now it's time for my favorite parts, which is when I list off the top 10 highest grossing films for that year's release, being 2002. Coming number 10 was Minority Report. It was distributed by 20th Century Fox and DreamWorks. Its worldwide gross was $358.4 million. It stars Tom Cruise, Colin Farrell, and Samantha Morton. Coming number 9 was My Big Fat Greek Wedding. It was distributed by AFC. Its worldwide gross was $369 million. It stars Nia Vardalos, John Corbett, and Leonie Kazan. Coming number 8 is Ice Age. It was distributed by 20th Century Fox. Its worldwide gross was $383.3 million. It stars Ray Romano, John Leguizamo, and Dennis Leary. Coming number 7 was Signs. It was distributed by Buena Vista. Its worldwide gross was $408.2 million. It stars Mel Gibson and Joaquin Phoenix. Coming number 6 was Die Another Day. It was distributed by MGM and 20th Century Fox. Its worldwide gross was $432 million. It stars Pierce Brosnan, Halle Berry, and Robbie Stevens. Coming number 5 was Men in Black 2. It was distributed by Sony Pictures. Its worldwide gross was $442 million. It stars Tommy Lee Jones, Will Smith, and Lara Flynn Boyle. Number 4 was Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones. It was distributed by 20th Century Fox. Its worldwide gross was $654 million. And it stars Ewan McGregor, Natalie Portman, and Hayden Christensen. Number 3 was Spider-Man. It was distributed by Sony Pictures. Its worldwide gross was $822 million. It stars Tobey Maguire, Willem Dafoe, and Kristen Dunst. Number 2 was Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. It was distributed by Warner Brothers. Its worldwide gross was $879 million. It stars Daniel Radcliffe, Rupert Grint, and Emma Watson. Coming number one as the highest grossing film of 2002 was The Lord of the Rings The Two Towers. It was distributed by New Line Cinema. Its worldwide gross was $936.7 million. It stars Elijah Wood, Ian McKellen, and Viggo Mortensen. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for, my review of City of God. City of God is a film that has been widely praised and critically acclaimed, but unfortunately it failed to live up to my expectations. Despite the hype surrounding it, I found myself struggling to connect with the characters and fully engage with the story. While some may consider it a masterpiece, I cannot overlook the flaws that hindered my overall enjoyment of the film. One of the main issues I had with City of God was its fragmented narrative structure. The film jumps between different perspectives and eras, making it difficult to fully invest in the characters and their journeys. Instead of feeling like a cohesive story, it often felt disjointed and confusing. This constant shifting of focus prevented me from forming a deep emotional connection with any of the characters, leaving me indifferent to their fates. Additionally, the pacing of the film was a major drawback. The first 30 to 45 minutes felt slow and uneventful, failing to captivate my attention. It took a considerable amount of time for the story to gain momentum, and even then, it never fully grabbed hold of me. The slow pacing made it challenging to stay engaged, and I often found my mind wandering, longing for something more compelling to happen. Another aspect that disappointed me was the lack of character development. While there were numerous characters introduced throughout the film, I struggled to care about any of them. The movie failed to provide sufficient depth and insight into their motivations and struggles, making it difficult for me to invest in their journeys. As a result, I felt disconnected from the characters and their experiences, diminishing my overall interest in the story. Despite these criticisms, I must acknowledge the film's technical achievements. The cinematography in City of God is visually striking, capturing the vibrant and gritty atmosphere that the fable is. Use of handheld cameras and dynamic camera movements added a sense of energy and urgency to the storyline. In conclusion, City of God did not meet my expectations and left me feeling disappointed. While it has garnered widespread acclaim, I found it difficult to connect with the fragmented narrative, slow pacing, lack of character, development, and excessive violence. While the film possesses technical merits, they were not enough to compensate for its shortcomings. As a result, I unfortunately am only able to give this movie, City of God, a 5 out of 10 on the Diamond Dave scale. And with that being said, if you've enjoyed this review, do us a favor by subscribing on YouTube, following on audio platforms, clicking that thumbs up or like buttons. You can tell us you enjoy these episodes, turn on post notifications so you can stay up to date on those platforms when new episodes release, as well as clicking that share arrow so you can continue to grow the podcast with all your friends and family. For other ways to stay up to date with the podcast, do us a favor by following us on Instagram at Critiquing with Carr. With that being said, my film freaks and cinephiles, happy viewing.